Good afternoon, everyone out there in YouTube land. My name is Jared, and this is my channel, Mazda B3K. This 5-minute fix video, we're going to go over how to check and then replace the brake booster check valve in your 1997 Ford E-150 Econoline van. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so let's define a couple things. This big drum looking thing right here, this is what's called your vacuum brake booster, or the part houses will call it a power brake booster. And what its job is that when you press on the brakes, it keeps it easy to do it. And let me explain what I mean by that. So remember a moment ago, pushed on the brake pedal, didn't budge. Now watch. See that? And you probably hear that. That's the vacuum assist. Take your foot off the brake, it refills on vacuum. You can do it again. Okay, you turn it off, take the keys out, open the door because it is really hot in here. That's better. What you should be able to do for multiple hours, if not a day, after you turn the engine off, is you should be able to do this, and you get assist for at least 2 pumps. So that's 1 pump. I got partial assist on the 2nd pump, nothing on the 3rd, so it's leaking. But that's what the system does and why it is important. Now let's get back to the valve. When you have a leak in your booster system, it can only come from one of 3 things. Either seals that are internal to this booster are bad, either this check valve is bad, which is this guy here, or the grommet that the check valve sits in to make a seal has gone bad. So I'm going to show you how to check your grommet and your check valve and how to replace it, just as to see if that's going to solve your problem, because most of the time the check valve goes bad before the booster. I've never had that luck, but that's what I'm told. So all right, so first thing we want to do is just wiggle this thing out of the booster, like so, not that hard. And then we can kind of squish our grommet and peel it out. You may need to get a screwdriver to help you. You may not, depending on your finger strength. So here's our grommet. We want to inspect it for tears, cracks, distortions. We want to squeeze it, see how pliable it is. If it's hard, it's probably going to leak. This one is soft, it's squeezable, it's pliable, doesn't appear to be torn. I don't believe this was leaking. Okay, so we've got a clamp right here that we need to remove, and this clamp's going to have some tension on it, but it's not going to be crazy tight. If I can grip this thing correctly. But it's one of those where you really need the right tool, otherwise it's very annoying. You can use pliers, but again, it's annoying. Got it. Or you can just kind of wiggle it out. Now, if you still have the factory style clamp here, you know, you might be able to get away with that. If you got a worm clamp here, maybe not. Okay, so you have this off. This is a check valve, which means it allows flow one way. What we want to see with this is that we allow stuff to flow out of the booster and towards the vacuum source. So the vacuum source on this engine, it goes all the way over and in the back, but the idea here is when you push down on the pedal, air is rushing into the booster, and then you need to evacuate that air back out to get your vacuum assist, right? So air gets pulled out of here, goes that way, gets pulled out due to the vacuum being generated by the engine. So all that means that if I put my mouth here and I blow here, air should come out here. If I put my mouth here and blow, nothing should come out here. Airflow can only go in this direction. So that's C. Okay. I don't know if you guys saw any of that. And if we try to go the other way, I can't get anything out of it. So I'm pretty comfortable saying that this check valve is not bad. But I did buy a replacement valve and grommet. It's not expensive. You're looking at about $10 just for funsies. Try it out. And I'm also gonna switch this to a different style of clamp I can make tighter, because honestly I shouldn't be able to wiggle this out with my hand. Let me go get that other valve. Alright, so our valve kit is a Dorman 80189, and it did also come with a pair of grommets. Now both of these grommets are completely, utterly, totally wrong for a Ford. So yeah, I don't know why, but sometimes it's really tough to get a replacement grommet. But neither of these are going to work, as you can see. I don't know if maybe you're also supposed to like combine powers and do it this way, but if you had to, you could take this guy, maybe widen him out. But if you compare our correct one to that one, you can see, no, that's not going to work. So anyway, I'm going to reuse this grommet, and we have our new valve. And again, we want to check our valve, make sure it's made right. We should see flow going that way, but nothing coming this way. So let's see. So yeah, this one's good. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll replace our grommet, and then we'll insert our new check valve, and then we'll take care of that bad clamp. All right, so we're gonna work this in like that. And then the last thing we'll do is we'll change out that clamp, and then I'll put it back in, and then we can pretty much test immediately. So stay tuned. Okay, as you can see, I went ahead, I've got the new check valve in. I did switch this out for a worm clamp. Got it on there nice and tight. And then I went ahead and tested, and absolutely no change at all. So like I suspected, the check valve is fine. This connection is fine. The grommet is fine, because there's no change at all. And yeah, so I've got a bad booster that I'm gonna have to change out. It's gonna be so much fun. But that's another video. This video is supposed to be a 5-minute fix about check valves. So we're done here. Alrighty folks, that's gonna do it for this 5-minute fix episode where I showed you how to investigate, test, and replace the check valve on the brake booster system of your 1997 Ford E-150 Econoline with the 5.4 engine. If you found this video interesting, if you found it entertaining, if you learned something, please consider like, sharing, and subscribing. That does allow me to grow the channel and bring you more projects like this. And also, please leave a comment. I like to read them, I like to reply to them, and I do like to learn from them. And remember guys, I make mistakes, so you don't have to. Catch you guys next episode.